We currently live in Daejeon and are heading to
About
Pohang.
500 meters ahead.
It's raining heavily outside, but if you're lucky, we'll try to get maybe some bodyboarding slash surfboarding done in the area we are going to. But for now, it's all rain. Here's the trip. It's a little bit raining right here. We stopped by a rest stop and are gonna run. So we departed from here, Daejeon, and are heading east towards Pohang. And the place we are going to is right here on the east coast. For this trip, we are driving Kia K5 and I will get the chance to talk to you a little bit about renting a car here in Korea. This time we are driving for 2 days and are going to be driving for I think around 700 to 800 kilometers. And if you're not taking a public transportation, you can do two things. You can use a car sharing applications or you can properly rent a car. This time we are renting a car, which is basically a little bit more economical because car sharing, they count by hours, and also the gasoline is calculated based on the kilometers that you drove. But here you just get the car with full tank and you return it with full tank, and the rest is, is not calculated. You just pay for the car and for insurance. The rule of thumb here is if you are driving for shorter time and shorter distance, car sharing is good. The most popular app is SoCar, but you will need Korean bank account and you will have to know how to operate the app in English if you want to do that. If you cannot do this, rental car is good. There is an app called Lotte Rent a Car. They also have a website in English, and you can rent a car there without speaking Korean. And again, if you are driving for longer distance, longer time, rental applications are good. So we've been driving for quite a while, and as the farther you go away from Seoul, the more you see that the landscape is pretty much similar. It's the highways in between the mountains, and usually most of the time it actually looks pretty good as long as there is like green colors and leaves and stuff like this, because in winter it looks pretty dull. So this is more interesting to drive than just like very long 5-6 lane highways in Seoul. This is where we'll be staying for the day. We have a good boy. Ему тут одиноко, походу. This is where we can sit and make barbecue. And this is the place. A very quick room tour. This is the kitchen space. The table here, the table here. The view from outside, if you open it up, it's actually really pretty, but the weather is cloudy and windy, but still good. I think it's a good view. The bed. The second floor here is pretty low, so if I try to stand up, it's gonna be this height. But it's here, which is nice. As much as it would be cool to stay in, we have barbecue stuff prepared and we have to bring it all and prepare for the feast. Huh? Duh. Alright, so we actually return in this room. We are getting the room right across it. It's the same layout, it's just in reverse. Difference here is that the top has this lid. And now we are here. Alright, so we are making meat. We are on our way to see the East Sea, and what I want to show here is the camping zone. This is how people usually camp in Korea. We have the road nearby, which we just crossed, and on the other side there is East Sea. And in between you have the spaces where people bring their own tents and other stuff like to cook or, you know, sleep in and stuff. You can pay a little bit of money. Usually it's between 10 and like 15,000 won. Sometimes you can get it cheaper or more expensive. Right behind me there is also a toilet and water and then things that you need. And yeah, you park your car near the road. It's about 30-second walk towards one of the spaces. You also get a table, your own space. You know, there are speakers and cameras to watch over anything that's happening here. And then yeah, you walk a little bit, there is going to be East Sea. And then you park the car right there. And there are actually lots and lots of places like this in Korea, and it's pretty popular. That's how people camp here. Remember how I said we were thinking of going surfing or bodyboarding or something like this because there should be waves. There are waves, and I hope you can hear the waves from here. But anyway, what I want to tell you, it's pretty cold. I'm sure the water is cold, but you know, this is solvable with suit, surfing suit. But just to compare what it is like outside, it's currently 11 degrees here. I don't think any swimming is gonna be happening. It was too ambitious of me to assume, but it was good to have hopes, regardless. Just to add more to camping places I was talking about, there is a convenience store nearby where you can buy, you know, maybe drinks, food, anything for the fire, anything like tissues and stuff like this. Of course there are toilets, but there is also a shower over here because right behind me is actually sea. So it's actually this zone. If you bring your own tents and you come here by car with your food and stuff, you can actually have a good time. It's pretty good. You don't have to go far. It's not as wild as you can do in other countries. It's pretty, like, you know, well organized. You know, anything you need is here, and you will feel pretty comfortable. It's currently 4 a.m., 4:01 a.m., and we are leaving Yeongdeok to drive to Seoul. It's going to be around 350 kilometers away. We are going early to escape all the traffic, basically. And yesterday,
there's a speed bump in a row.
Yesterday we spent the day celebrating a friend's birthday, so today is a different day, another part of the holiday that I will be bringing you along. For now, it's a long journey home. We're back to Seoul. It's 9:39 a.m. and now I'm running just a little bit late to a friend's wedding. I'll be catching a train and attending a Korean wedding. For the first time, it's the wedding that has both bride and a groom being Korean. Trips like yesterday are really special. Mainly, of course, it's because of the friend's birthday, but also living in Seoul, it's become a really necessary thing for me to get out of the city for a while to a somewhere quieter place. Especially given the fact that Seoul is such a big city, and for me, I am never bored here. You know, for me, it has everything. I love it. I love living in it. I love the people, and it's pretty comfortable. But being in such a big and noisy city, I think I always need an escape for a while, and that is one of the ways I recharge. Let me just quickly sum up what the weddings are in Korea usually. So I only have my country to compare it to. If I were to compare it to Russia, it's actually shorter. So here you enter the wedding hall and you put the money in an envelope, and you sign your name on the envelope, and you sign your name on the guest list, and then you get this buffet ticket, and then you go to the ceremony. The ceremony lasts usually, I think, about an hour. So you get to see the bride, the groom. They get to exchange rings. You get to see their parents. People make speech, and yeah, it is a ceremony. And then after that, it is a buffet, and then that's where guests have lunch or dinner. It depends on when the wedding starts. But yeah, the whole wedding is usually pretty short. And then it is a thing here in Korea. The weddings that I've been to in Russia usually last maybe like 1 day or so. Yeah, this is how the weddings work here in Korea. It's pretty interesting. This is the first time I was at the wedding, and I'm glad I got the chance to bring you along. I guess the whole point of this video is to show you that there are barely any weekends where I am bored, where I don't do anything. I try to meet people, I try to spend time with friends, because this is where I get my energy, this is where I recharge, and as long as I get enough sleep, I feel pretty happy. So thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope you learned something new, or felt like we hung out for a little bit together, and see you in the next video.